opportunity for you here today. Alongside me and coming out shortly will be Wade and Rumad here to help you with your bidding and any questions you may have in regards to the contract in Section 32, which has been on display for the last half an hour, and indeed throughout most of the campaign itself as well. The format for today's auction is fairly simple. I'm going to read through the key terms of the contract, talk through the rules for today's auction, talk a bit about the home, the opportunity that's behind me here, and then from that point forward I'll open up and I'll call for any and all of your competitive bidding. The property we are selling is known as Lot 60 on plan 056430 in Certificate of Title Volume 08355 Folio 104, or more commonly known to you and I as 16 Collins Street here in Chadstone. Today's sale does include all the fixtures and fittings. Everything stuck is staying with the property. That includes floor coverings, window furnishings, electrical light fittings. They form part of the contract here. We are selling via a public auction whereby a 10% deposit is required. You can pay $20,000 today via bank transfer, and the balance of that 10% can come through on Monday. And of course, settlement terms fairly flexible, but 60 or 90 days, around that sort of time frame is what we're looking for. Can be a little bit sooner if need be, but 45, 60 or 90 days is the settlement terms that we're after. If you have any questions or any terms that differ from what I've just mentioned, then raise your hand so that our staff members can come and have a quick chat to you before we get underway. The auction rules. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available before the start of today's auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for the property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors who have a reserve price, as the auctioneer will indicate bidders on request, and the law controls bids. Major disruptions by bidders and bids preventing others from bidding and provide fines for such conduct. The rules today to permit vendor bids to work through the auction information on behalf of the vendors, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. Pretty straightforward with the terms and the rules, but again, if you've got any questions, now's the time to raise your hand and have a chat to our staff members before we get too closer to the outcome here. Bidders and buyers, I want to talk to you about the home and opportunity, those 745 square metres of approximate land. So the first thing I think about is your potential, your opportunity to knock down and build a large home if that's what you're after. B, you might look to dual lock and place a unit behind the current existing property. Or C, you might knock down and build two double-storey townhouses, subject to council approval of course, but the land size gives you all of those opportunities and more in this location. Otherwise, you might be looking at the home to move straight in, move in. You've got 5 bedrooms there, great floor plan to work with, opportunity to update, renovate, change to your style and taste as well. Extend if you want, go up, go back, whatever it is, again subject to council approvals, but you've already got the base of a property there if that's what you desire, to live in and do those things and be in this location. And then perhaps down the track you might build something down the back. You might be looking to invest or rent out the property, in which case rental returns super strong because of the location we're in at the moment as well. So you're only minutes away, walking distance to the train station, Holmes Glen, the Homemaker Centre, the gymnasium across the road as well, shops, cafes, restaurants around us, Chadstone Shopping Centre if you dare drive up there and spend all your money and time. But the location is A1 for all amenities. You'll never have to worry about that again, because you're just going to walk to everything from this spot and where we stand today. So we've got a great property to move into, to rent out, to live in, to knock down and build, depending on what you fancy. We've got the location, which is A1, because it's close, super close to amenities, which makes life super convenient from where we stand. But to have it, you're going to need to raise your hand and call out your bid and make sure you're there at the very end before I knock it down and sell here today. How I sell, I call 3 times. First call, second, third, final call when the hammer hits the contract like so. The property will be deemed sold. I cannot take a bid after that takes place, so make sure you've raised your hand, called out your bid, or had my staff members do it for you. 16 Collins Street, bidders, buyers, I'm going to be in your hands. A fair, reasonable start is what I seek. I leave it over to you now to start me off, in your hands from here. You make a start or I make a start. I'll give you an option for a moment or two to do so, otherwise I'll kick things off. Collins Street, amazing location, land and opportunity in front of you here. Move straight in, renovate, up to you. Offer the start to you, otherwise I place the vendor bid. Well, bidders and buyers, I'll place the vendor bid at $1,300,000, the bottom of our range, and I'll call for a rise of 20 from there if you like. At 132 is the bid I see. At $1,300,000 now, it's with me, 1,320 to put you in front. At $1,300,000 now, it's with me and against all parties here. 1,320 is the bid from here if you like. At $1,300,000 the bid. At 1,300,000, I called 3 times. First call at 1,300,000. Second call at 320. At 1,320 in front of my left-hand side. There's your competition bidders and buyers against you now. Gentlemen in the family here have it in front at 1,320 in the box seat to buy here at 1,320,000. It's with them at this stage. I call it against all other parties here. Place your bidder offer from here. Otherwise, we work with them in a moment or so. I'll leave it to you. Call 3 times shortly. At 1,320,000 in front here. At 1,320,000 in front of my left-hand side. Give you first options now. He's got the first option against all parties. Otherwise, I close it. Talk to them straight away. I don't need to go inside for instructions. I simply deal with the highest bidder. They have the first right to negotiate with me, the first opportunity to purchase and put a sold sticker on the board. Calling 3 times in a moment or so. First call at 1,320,000. Second call at 1,320,000. Third and final call. All finished, silent and done at 1,320,000. Give you one last chance, one last option. Place your bidder offer, otherwise I work with our party in front. Call a further 3 times and I work with them. First call again at 1,320,000. Second, third, final call, all finished and done. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to formally pass the property into our family on the left-hand side. If and only if that negotiation breaks down, then you are welcome to stick around and chat to us about an offer that you may have for us. But otherwise, we will work with our family in front. Hopefully, they'll put a sold stick on the board very shortly. Thank you for your attendance and have a fantastic weekend.